In today's video, we take a look at a man who is forced to pay child support for a kid that isn't even born, but he refuses to do so, and this woman here who calls older men a loser for wanting younger women. But before we jump in, please make sure to subscribe the channel and turn on the bell notification.
The older I get, the more I realize why older men date women that are significantly younger than them, and only because the women their age would never, ever even glance at them twice. Because now there are men my age that try to approach me and I have to actively withhold the urge to spit on them, but younger me would have just died over them, and it was for stupid reasons like, oh my god, he's so cool and mature, he has his own apartment, he should, he's 30. I just thought that was such a sign of maturity and being like a real grown-up, but those men were creme de la piss, okay, like cream of the turds. It's very unimpressive, but I thought that them having like, you know, good jobs was a sign of them being real adults, and they were just little immature baby boys. So yeah, those men are almost always losers. Still think it's gross, but now I see the logic.
Relax, guys. She is only mad because she is past her prime, and the attention for her is dropping really fast, as men of her age are no longer interested in her, and the very few who even talk to her get instantly repulsed by her trash attitude. That's why she is on the internet venting her anger. And next we see the very reason as to why modern women don't deserve a good man.
This is one of my boyfriend's place. He's in the other room, but I can't believe I was wasting my money on rent all this time. Life hack, if you're hot, do not ever pay rent.
I'm genuinely almost afraid to see where this is going.
You can literally just go on Hinge and stay at different guys' places for free every single night.
No, that's a terrible idea. That sounds like a recipe for possible disaster. I mean, what could go wrong besides everything?
And nothing bad has happened to me yet.
The key word there is yet.
I'll let you know how long I can keep going with this until I'm sleeping in my car.
I'm genuinely hoping that this is all just a joke.
Because they do only last a few nights and then they break up with me because they realize I'm using them. But so far so good.
So far so good. Yeah, right. I'll say it again. I really hope that this is a joke and that they're not serious, because giving this type of advice is inviting disaster. As if there already wasn't enough reason for most people just not to want to date at all. Now they have to be aware of people that could possibly just be using them for a place to stay. What a world.
I really hope that she ends up with a wrong guy so that she can learn about the phrase, actions have consequences. But I must say that modern women are getting really creative and very pathetic when it comes to dating. And it's because of this, and taking men for granted like this woman does here, is that they have destroyed their future.
It's going viral because she planned a date a week in advance with a man, and she was over 40 minutes late. But guess what? That boy said, I ain't doing this, and he left. And good for him. Because when you look at the comments of her video, you got people trying to say how he should have waited. Let me explain something to you. Time is the most precious thing that we have. And when you waste someone else's time, knowing a week in advance that you got a date and you show up almost an hour late, you're saying, I really don't respect you and you're really not that important to me.
This man has been trying to answer for years. Why is Shelby County Juvenile Court forcing him to pay for a child that is not biologically his? What's even more unusual, he says the judges at Juvenile Court have an idea who the real father is.
Yet they're still demanding he pay up. Now he's turning to On Your Side investigator Stephanie Skurlock for help.
Talk show TV makes millions off the catchphrase, "You are not the father." But the reality in Memphis is just because you're not the daddy doesn't mean Shelby County Juvenile Court won't make you pay.
I was down there in handcuffs and chains.
Over the years, Edward Bowdery had his driver's license stripped and once even found himself in handcuffs over child support payments for a child that's not his.
I would hate to see somebody else go through the same thing. I've been going through this. I mean, headaches.
This mound of paperwork shows a juvenile court judge ordered him to pay child support even before the birth.
I didn't do a voluntary acknowledgement. I didn't sign the birth certificate. All I knew is we legitimated the child in your name.
How screwed up is this system? Because this guy hasn't even signed the birth certificate. So how is he being forced to pay even a nickel? And if what he is saying is true about the judge knowing about the real father, then that judge should be in handcuffs, not him. And next we have a woman who is chatting absolutely bollocks.
You cannot be so overly impressed by a man with money that you value the money over yourself. And this is a very fine line. And I've noticed a lot of women that want to date the men for money, they fall into this trap where they idolize the money so much that the man knows, like a man with money knows whether or not you idolize him for his money, like whether you're with him for his money. You still have to have standards for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of you will literally sell your soul for money, okay? And it's very apparent, and that's how you get yourself stuck in shitty situations and toxic cycles, because money isn't everything. While money is super important, I'm not saying that money is not important. Bitch, I love money. Like, dating for money, immediately yes. Like, it is what it is, baby. Like, get with it or get lost. But smart women do not allow the money to control them. Women that are hardworking, women that make their own money, women that have their shit together on their own are always gonna be okay without the money.
Absolutely. That's why women have no problem paying on first dates, or buying expensive gifts for their man, or taking care of the family while the other partner just sits at home and enjoys the lifestyle. Oh no, women have every bit of problem with everything that I just stated, so please don't lie to the world, as their actions speak louder than words.
Because they have their own. Do you know what I mean? This guy is adding to your life, right? He is not everything. He's not the entire cake. He's kind of like the cherry on top, okay? You need to be your entire cake. You need to be everything for yourself. And then when the man comes, he's adding. He's adding extra. He's on top. He's doing all the things. But you know that the second he raises his voice, the second he starts manipulating you, the second he starts to try to control you, the second he starts to act poorly and make bad decisions, maybe he's cheating on you, maybe he's flirting with other girls, whatever it is, you're like, I'm not fucking playing with you right now. I'm gonna fucking dip. I'm gonna fucking dip. He's like, no, I'm gonna buy you the Chanel bag. I'm gonna buy you this, I'm gonna buy that. A bitch that knows her worth, a bitch that knows, I want you to fucking write this down. A bitch that knows her worth and loves herself will put the richest man in the fucking friend zone if he's not fucking treating her good, okay? She will walk away from any man that does not give her the treatment that she knows she deserves. This is the bottom line when dating anybody, when literally dating anybody. You cannot value the money more than you value yourself. That's how you get yourself in bad situations. That's how you end up with bad partners. That's how you get stuck. Please understand that.
Everything you just said only sounds good in theory, because in reality, women are the ones who manipulate a guy in every way possible. Women are the ones who always show gold digger tendencies. Women are the one who act poorly in most relationships, while the guy is the one who is trying to make it work. So get it through your head, and maybe someday you might find a man.
He's perfect, but he's a bit older than me.
How much older?
Well, he's 33 and I'm 22.
Ooh, that's so rough. Well, the rule is half your age plus 7, so... How do you guys divide by 2?
Well, age gap is fine, as long as you guys have similar interests and goals.
Yeah.
Right, he would do most of the time, but also he didn't know what an iPhone was.
Right, 33-year-olds have iPhones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he was bit by a vampire during the Middle Ages, so he's kind of just been the same age ever since.
Okay, yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? No. My homegirl got bit at 16 during the Middle Ages, and her dating life sucks. People who are into her are creeps, and the people that she's into don't want to be on the list. Are you serious? Vampires are real?
I love older men. They're protective, they're financially stable, and they say good job whenever I do something right.
That's just your dad. Go to therapy.